but you're actually born and raised in Hong Kong, and you became the first UFC fighter to be able to represent that Hong Kong flag. And so, what was that whole kind of process like? What was that kind of responsibility almost like for you?
Um, it's obviously a unique one, especially for someone who might not know too much about Hong Kong or that side of the world. So I know people on social media were like, "What? This guy is from where?" But if you dig a little deeper, hopefully I can share some insight into it now. I mean, I was born and raised there. My mother is Scottish. My father is Russian. And they ended up in Hong Kong due to work. My father was a high diver and professional world champion, Olympic. He was a phenomenal athlete, still is. And yeah, along came me and my sister, and that was home. We had no choice in the matter. That's where we were born and raised. And I love Hong Kong. It's one of the most unique places on this planet, and I would always recommend anyone, if they get an opportunity, bar COVID, to visit. I would always say go and check it out. It's just very unique place, beautiful city. And I represented Hong Kong in junior levels and even as an adult in rugby. And
Hmm.
it's always been home. I don't know any other thing. So once I was fully focused into MMA and wanted to be eventually in the UFC, I was like, this is something that I want to do. This is a goal I want to accomplish. I won my first world title, in 2019. So that was a bit of history that I first made for Hong Kong. And,
Hmm.
that felt good. That was like that first initial step. And I'm like, okay, we've done it regionally. Now let's get into the UFC. I mean, that's going to be a definite check in the box. And, we did that this weekend, and not only did we go in there and get a win, we had a good fight, we had a good performance, and the goals are to keep checking boxes, and I know what I'm capable of in the UFC, and what the forecast of the welterweight division in the future. I know what I can accomplish in it. So, just keep tracking, keep watching what's going on, and you'll see that these boxes are going to keep getting ticked as we go, and it should be pretty fun, pretty fun journey as we go, and yeah, just living in it, just keep working, and that's all we gotta keep doing.
Yes, sir. I mean, it has to be really cool. Maybe you see yourself kind of like a trailblazer, kind of paving the way for more fighters from Hong Kong built to make their way to the UFC. Of course, we have Chinese fighters. That's not necessarily the same. We have Japanese fighter. We have all these people from kind of the Asian kind of side of the world. But Hong Kong specifically, it's cool to get that going. Especially Dana White has his version of the Contender Series in Asia. You think you might be able to lead the way for more fighters eventually to come from?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I know the core guys that are training out of Hong Kong. There's young guys, amateurs and pros that are currently working day in and day out to fulfill their dream. And if I could be a pioneer for Hong Kong, or put Hong Kong on my back, and at least motivate young athletes to keep pursuing it, because like you just said, there's opportunities that will come. Obviously, right now this year it's been difficult, especially on the smaller shows. But if a shot like Asia's Contender Series popped open, and that would be a huge opportunity for some of those guys. And I truly feel like there are individuals that will make a blast onto that scene, and people are going to see them. And I'm looking forward to it. And I speak to them almost on a daily basis, just tell them that, keep their head down, keep working. And, they're super proud and excited that I'm where I am right now. But at the same time, they're still chasing it. They're just as motivated as anyone would. So, I'm hoping in the next maybe year, if depending on how things go in the world, but in the
Mhm.
next year or two, you'll start to see a couple other Hong Kong names pop up, and hopefully they're going to reference me as the first. And we always to train together, and it'd be cool, to reunite in the PI, or to see each other on the same card. Something like
Mhm.
that would be amazing.
That'd be fantastic. That's super exciting stuff that you're kind of paving the way for. Of course, the production team over there at the UFC might have to be getting used to you now. Of course, didn't really have the proper kind of flag in your whole kind of intros and kind of decals and stuff like that. Hopefully, they'll be able to change that because, of course, Hong Kong is its own place, right?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Hong Kong, we have IOC representation. We represent Hong Kong in the Olympics,
Mm-hmm.
but there are different factors, and there are individuals. For example, I have a very close friend of mine who's one of the best CrossFitters in Asia, also Hong Kong born as myself, represented Hong Kong, and he flies the China banner because they don't consider Hong Kong a representation of CrossFit. It happens, but at the same time, when they read this profile, they see where he's from, they understand. And if people like ourselves can, you know, give information or share knowledge to people so that they understand, and who knows, things will change. Maybe I need to get a couple more fight of the nights or knockouts to kind of change things up a bit, but it'll come, and with time, because I saw the reaction. People were just shocked. They couldn't believe, you know, the name, the way I look, where I'm apparently from. So hopefully over time, more fans, more people will tune in and kind of understand and see, oh, this guy's got an interesting story, but also you know, he's from an interesting place, and let's respect that and learn a bit about it, because like I said, information and knowledge is power, and the more you have it, the better you'll be. So.